Guess what? It's time to talk about Romi Hill's Mystery Shawl Knit Along for 2023, Clue 3. Come on, let's go. Hi everybody, welcome to the Knitting Turnpike. My name is Gina Pike. I'm so happy that you're here with me today. Today we're going to be talking about the Romi Hill Mystery Shawl Knit Along for 2023 called Falderal. I'm going to be showing you my clues knitted up, and I'm also going to be showing you some other people's projects. It was requested in the comments of the last video, so I asked a few people that I know in this group in our family here that are knitting this if they would mind to share their projects. There's about 7 people here today that are going to be sharing their projects with you guys, and I love that because that's kind of one of the fun things about a mystery knit along. If you don't know about them, you don't know what it looks like. You get clues every week. For Romi Hills, we have this going over a period of 5 weeks. We are clue 3, so we're on the 3rd week. We will be getting clue 4 this coming Friday, so we're getting close to the end. However, if you see this and you think you want to jump in and knit this along with us, it is very well spaced out, and I think you could even start right now, get caught up with us, and finish with us if you want to do that. I think you should. You know, if you're inspired by these and this pattern speaks to you, grab the pattern and jump in and start knitting along with us. Even if you don't finish along with us, you will have a beautiful shawl at the end of your knitting that you'll be so proud of, and I promise you the mystery knit alongs are fun. There's a lot of great camaraderie and chat in the Ravelry group, Romi's Ravelry group, which I'll link down below. There's some chat here about it, and you're always welcome to talk to me about it. I love to talk about the mystery knit along that I'm working on currently, so you can email me or chat with me in Romi's group. I'm there some, and it's just a lot of fun. But these projects I'm going to be sharing with you, I think they'll inspire you. You guys have seen mine for the last couple of weeks, so you know my colors, the pink and blues and grays. But there's a lot of other color variations that you're going to see from these other people's projects, which I think it might just speak to you, might make you want to knit this project. Each project looks a little bit different in different yarns, and but I think every one of them looks amazing. And that's the great mark, I think, of a great designer, that someone who can design a pattern that looks good in all different colors of yarn. So let's go ahead and get into it today. So today we're to clue 3. We got this on Friday, and Friday, May 5th, and what happened was she did her YouTube Zoom, and basically it really isn't a lot of anything new with this clue. This is probably going to be just a little bit of a shorter video. I don't really have any new tips for you guys today. I'm just going to be showing my shawls and showing other people's work, but it is a little bit of the same kind of thing. We have an extension of the lace. We're using both colors again for clue 3. We have colors 1 and colors 2 playing a major part in the knitting of this, and you finish out some lace, a beautiful lace section in color 1, and then you go back to using colors 1 and 2, and you do a very similar cabled color work section like we did in clue 2. So you have some continuity coming in with the same cabled color work section coming in again. It reminds me a lot of like the Aurora Cabin Shawl from Stephen West. Not that the designs are the same, but you had in that shawl you had 3 different same color work sections, and it brought a lot of continuity to the design. It wasn't like you had this and you had this and had this. You had those color work sections that kind of anchored the whole design, and everything else was built around it. Well, that's kind of what is going on here. We have this color work section, cabled color work section with both colors going on. We've done it, now we're done it twice with clue 3. It looks really, really great. I love it. I love the look of this shawl, and I love that color 2 is playing such a major part of the design earlier on than like it's maybe in like last year's. We had, you know, a big section of color 1 right there. That's last year's Time Heals. You can see the color 1 right in there. and then the color 2 down on the bottom. But this year there's a lot of interplay with your 2 colors, so pick 2 colors that you really love. You need 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn. I would go ahead and say about 400 yards. You might be cutting it kind of close. She does put in some fudge factors for her weights. I heard somewhere that she does about 32 grams of yarn needed for each clue. So anyway, I know that when for clue 3, this is the last time we'll be using color 1. So clues 4 and 5 will be solely in the color 2 that you have. One of my shawls ended with 12 grams of yarn. The blue and gray one, I had 12 grams left over of my color 1. It's still a good amount. Not cutting it close at all. It was a good amount. My other shawl, now it had a little bit more yardage starting out. It had almost 100 more yards of yarn in that one, and I ended up with the Miss Babs Avon, which is the pink shawl that I'm doing. I ended up having 35 grams left over of my color 1. So that one, it's a little bit thinner weight yarn, a little bit more yardage, and I had a lot left over of my color 1, which will be going on to be used in some other project that I decide to use it in. So scraps will be used, not a problem. Just glad that I had enough of both colors for my shawl. I don't ever like to be the queen of yarn chicken or play yarn chicken. That's not my game. So I'm always thankful when I am done with the color and I had enough and it all worked out. So let's go ahead. Let me show you my I'll show you my yarns. Then I'll show you the clue, my clip of the clues. I got it all pinned out. I think it's easier to see when it's pinned out, because it is, you know, kind of similar to blocking pinned out, and you can see it open up just a little bit. So I'm going to show you that, and then I'll share everybody's work, and we'll call it a day. But thank you for being here. I'm so excited to share this with you. So for me, my 2 colors, as I mentioned, I have a shawl A and a shawl B. My shawl A is the blue and the blue-green one. It's kind of blue-gray, blue-green. Those are my colors. The color 1 is the gray. It's from House of Alla Mode. It is a fingering weight sock yarn. It is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. The color is called Gaga. The color 2 of mine for that shawl is Madeline Tosh Merino Light with it plus tweed, and it is in Cousteau, like Jacques Cousteau. The ocean, dark blue green. All right, the shawl B is made with Miss Babs yarn. It was a kit I got from them in their Avon yarn base line, which is 85% superwash merino, 15% Bombex silk, and it is a little bit lighter weight. Like I said, it's 490 yards per 100 grams. It's knitting up beautifully. The color 1, the light pink speckled, is Raspberry Sorbet. The color 2 is Floyd, and now I know why they call it Floyd. You guys reminded me there was a band called Pink Floyd. Very funny. That's very funny. I love that. So I didn't get the joke at first. You guys had to enlighten me, and then I was like, oh yeah, there was a band called Pink Floyd. That's funny. Okay. So again, all the stitches we've shown before. The cabling, you could leave your stitches on your needle and knit them off, or you can switch them, or you can use a cable needle. There's 3 different ways you can do the cabling, but all very easy knitting, all very just relaxing knitting to create a beautiful shawl. All right, here is clue 3 of the Romi Hill Annual Mystery Shawl Knit Along for 2023 Falderal. As you can see, it's gotten more color work, more lace. I put a marker right here. This is where we were when we stopped with clue 2, so we continued on with some more lace in color 1. Picked up color 2 again and did more cabling, exactly like we did right here in clue 2. So green brings some great continuity to the design. Let's see what it's looking like. I love this little edge right here. I think it looks really nice. Defining right there, the center edge, or the center area. Really pretty. That's my shawl 1. What it looks like right now. It's getting kind of full for the needles. Those are 60-inch needles, and I barely have room to stretch. This one is a little bit bigger because I did not have enough room to stretch it out, so it's a little crooked. This is the second one. You can see it is more speckled, Gives a little more darker edge to the lace and to the color work, but you can still see it, and I think it's going to be really pretty when it's blocked. You can still see that it's got some really good stitch definition of the yarn. And again, great continuity with bringing that extra color in. And that is clue 3. Again, that was where I stopped at clue 2. So you can see the more lace in the color 1. Oh, and color 1 is, we are done with color 1. So the only color that we're going to be having for clues 4 and 5 for me is this dark color, dark green on this one. And on that one is that really dark pink. So that's this shawl for clue 3. And that's it. And excited to see where she will take us on clue 4. So much fun to share this. So now we have 7 people here that watch these videos that have agreed to let me share their projects. And I'm so excited to do this. They all are very different, but they all are very beautiful. Okay, the first person we have is Matthew, who is Red Drought. He is Red Drought in Ravelry, and he is also that on Instagram. He is a avid lace shawl knitter, and he is using Dye-licious yarn from Paradise Valley 400 in a yellow orange and a blue. And it is 80% wool, 20% silk, which is gorgeous. I love that these are 2 very bold colors, and I think they look really great together. They're kind of, what is that called? Complementary colors on the color wheel. So that's a really great color choice for this, and I think that they do look really, really great together. It allows both of them to be seen. It's going to be a nice pop of color to his wardrobe when he finishes his shawl. I love it. It's really looking really beautiful, and thank you for sharing that with us. I love it. He's knitted it up through clue 2. I know he's working on clue 3 this week and a few other things, and I'm just so happy that he's here. He's kind of a newer person here, so thank you for letting us see your work, Matthew. I appreciate it. The next person to share with us is Sue Gilck. I hope I say your last name right, Sue. She is a knitter from Canada. She's one of my friends I actually met in Ravelry and on Instagram. She is knitting this gorgeous purple shawl. She bought her yarn from the Knitting Loft in Ontario, Canada. This is the Knitting Loft La Di Da yarn, and the colors are Lavender Hills and Mahogany. That is a fingering weight MCN yarn, which is merino cashmere nylon yarn. And here's her work all the way up through clue 2, and I think the purples just really go so well together. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Thank you for sharing that with us, Sue. The next person to share with us is Perri Walden. Perri, we all know Perri. She's shared with us before and participated in Miss May and came up on panel. I'm so excited to share her work with us today. She is using some beautiful yarn from Amanda Hope Yarn. It's a fingering weight, her fingering weight Aussie merino yarn, which feels like you're knitting with cashmere. It's awesome. She's using the colors Oyster and French Lavender, and this gives these 2 colors are very kind of soft, and it's like a very subtle contrast. It's very elegant, very lacy, and this is her work through clue 2. It's gorgeous. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Perri. I'm so excited that you're knitting this shawl with me and with all of us. I think it's fun to be knitting this along with you guys. The next person is Katia Hernandez, Katie Bear. She is doing a bolder color choice for her shawl. She's using Yarn Bee authentic hand-dyed tonal yarns and fingering weight 100% merino. The first color is called Greens Grains, which is the color 1. That's her variegated yarn. She's using a variegated yarn, which is a little bit bolder, but love the look of it. It looks really great, and you can see a close-up of the lace work in that variegated yarn. And then her color 2 is aged gold. Isn't that pretty? It's the same yarn base, really beautiful, and she says she's having a lot of fun knitting it, so I'm excited that you're knitting this with us and sharing your work here to inspire others, so thank you. The next person is Donna Holmes. Donna's also participated in knitting the Romi Hill Mr. Shaw knit along before and shared her work. She's using some beautiful yarns from Willow Yarns, the Stream yarn base line It is lace weight yarn. So she's knitting in lace, which I'm really excited about seeing her finished shawl. It is the yarn is 70% wool, 30% silk. The color 1 is dogwood, which is a subtle pink yarn. The color 2 is stream, which is a blue, and that is looking so pretty. And that's through her clue 2. Isn't that gorgeous? The next person to share with us is Patti. Patti cast on. She's joking that I won. Thank you for casting on. I knew you would enjoy it. She says she's already starting clue 3, even though she just started like 2 days ago. I knew she would get caught up. She's using a beautiful, Patti loves fall colors. She's using a beautiful Madeline Tosh Merino Light plus glitter yarn. Those are from Jimmy Beam Wool. The color she's using is Subtle Flame, which is her color 1. That rusty gold, kind of coppery bronze looking color, beautiful. And then Coffee Grounds is her color 2, and you can see through her work through clue 2. Thank you, Patti, for sharing. I love those colors. I love that you're using a bold color choice, a dark color choice. I kind of am joking that I have my dark and speckled shawl and my pretty and pink shawl. So I feel like I'm doing 2 different types of shawls as well. And I love the darker ones. I love that you're using the 2 darker yarns. I think it's going to be just amazing. And when you block it, it's just going to pop. The next person to share with us is Sharon Sutcliffe from the UK. Sharon is using some Stylecraft yarn, their Charm yarn line, which is another lace weight yarn. And she says it has a slight halo, which is also yummy for lace. I can't wait to see this all knitted up. Now Sharon is, this is her first mystery knit along, and she's also a pretty new knitter, and she's working at full time. So she's got her shawl start here. I think you're doing great. Keep on doing what you're doing. She doesn't have a lot of extra time to knit. So I'm just proud that you're starting it and that you're doing it, and it's looking great. And thank you for sharing that with us and inspiring us to knit in a lace weight yarn like Donna is. And I love that. Can't wait to see it all knitted up. Those are all the people I have here today that were willing to share with me. I hope that you saw something that you absolutely loved. And maybe, like I said, maybe it's inspiring you to go grab the pattern and knit up this project. You don't have to finish with us. I think you can catch up with us. It's a pretty well paced, not overly overly saturated knitting clue where you have to knit a whole bunch of stitches. It's only 2 skeins of yarn over 5 weeks. There's plenty of downtime to finish other projects when you finish the clue, or you can space it out of the whole week and just, get a few rows of knitting time in every day, and just pace yourself and not be stressed to get the next clue finished, because you'll finish it, because it's very well planned and well paced. But anyway, thank you so much for letting me share this today. I apologize for not doing a vlog video. I had doctor appointments last week, have doctor appointments this week. And so it's a little bit harder for me to get longer videos done when I have stuff like that. It's harder for me to sit up and do stuff for a little bit longer, and the editing and sitting and talking. So thank you for letting me do a short video. This week I'm going to try to do a vlog video next week when I don't have any more doctor appointments for a few more weeks. And we'll just see how that goes. Again, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you spending time with me. I hope you're finding this project inspirational. And I just wish you all a very wonderful day. Please take care of yourselves always. And I hope to see you so soon. Bye-bye.